Hey everyone, welcome back to Who Me Talk. Let me ask you something. Have you ever seen the word makeup written as one word and wondered, wait, is that the same as make up? Is there a difference? Or have you heard someone say, I need a backup, and thought, backup? Is that like backing up a car? Here's the thing. English has this sneaky little trick where we take a phrasal verb, like make up or back up, squeeze it together into one word, and suddenly it becomes a noun or an adjective. And when that happens, the stress changes, the stress changes, and the meaning can completely change too. This confuses so many English learners, but today we're going to clear it all up. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how these transformations work and why they matter so much, especially if you're taking a test like IELTS. Let's get into it. The big idea: phrasal verbs versus nouns. Let's start with the core concept. English is full of phrasal verbs, those combinations of a verb and a preposition that have a special meaning: make up, back up, check in, hang up. But here's the twist. Many of these phrasal verbs have a secret second life. When you squeeze them together into one word, or sometimes hyphenate them, they become nouns or adjectives. And when that happens, two important things change. First, the stress moves. In the phrasal verb make up, the stress is on the second word, up. But in the noun make up, the stress is on the first word, make. Second, the spelling changes. The phrasal verb is two separate words. The noun is often one word, or sometimes hyphenated. This matters more than you think. On listening tests like IELTS, they specifically test whether you can hear the difference in stress. And when you're writing answers, putting a space where there shouldn't be one or not putting a space where there should be one can cost you points. So let's dive into some real examples. Example 1. Make up versus makeup versus made up. Let's start with the most common example, the many lives of make up. As a phrasal verb, make up. As a phrasal verb, make up has several meanings. Meaning 1, to invent something from nothing. For example, he didn't want to go to the party, so he made up an excuse about being sick. He created that excuse. It wasn't real. Meaning 2, to do something again that you missed. I missed the test last week, so the teacher is letting me make it up tomorrow. You're redoing it. Meaning 3, to reconcile after a fight. If you and your friend argue, you should apologize and make up. This means you end the disagreement and become friendly again. Meaning 4, to apply cosmetics. She takes forever to make up her face before going out. She's putting on her makeup. Notice in all of these, the stress is on up, make up, two words, phrasal verb. As a noun, make up. Now squeeze it into one word, make up, and the stress shifts to the first syllable, make up. As a noun, makeup has a few meanings. Meaning 1, cosmetics, lipstick, foundation, eyeshadow, the stuff people put on their faces. I don't wear much makeup, just a little lipstick. Meaning 2, a redo, something done again after missing it. I have a makeup exam next week because I was sick during the original test. Here, makeup is functioning like an adjective describing the exam, a makeup exam. Meaning 3, the composition or structure of something. The makeup of the team has changed this year. This means the composition, who is on the team, what their roles are. Hear the difference? Make up, verb, versus make up, noun. The stress tells you everything. As an adjective, made up. As an adjective, it's always made up with a hyphen. When you use it as an adjective, it always uses the past participle form, made, not make. He told me a made-up story about why he was late. It means the story was invented. It wasn't real. That sounds completely made up to me. It sounds fake, fabricated. So to summarize this family, make up, two words, stress on up equals the verb, to invent, to redo, to reconcile. Make up, one word, stress on make, equals the noun, cosmetics, a redo, composition. Made up, hyphenated, equals the adjective, invented, not real. Example 2, back up versus back up. Let's look at another one, back up versus back up. As a phrasal verb, back up, stress on up, has several meanings. Meaning 1, to support someone. If you get into an argument, I'll back you up. I'll support you and defend you. Meaning 2, to make a copy of data. Don't forget to back up your files before the computer crashes. You're creating a copy to keep safe. Meaning 3, to move in reverse. Can you back up the car a little? You're too close to the wall. You're moving backward. Now, squeeze it into one word, back up, stress on back. As a noun, it means the copy itself or the support. I have a backup of all my photos on an external hard drive. That's the copy. In action movies, when a police officer is in trouble and yells into the radio, I need backup. They're asking for reinforcements, for additional support to come help. Again, the stress tells you which one it is. Back up, verb, versus back up, noun. Now, here's one with a slightly different spelling pattern. Check in versus check in. As a phrasal verb, check in means to register your arrival. At a hotel, you go to the front desk, give your name, and check in. At the airport, you check in at the counter before your flight. A security guard might check in with their team by radio to report that everything is clear. Now, as a noun, it becomes check in with a hyphen. Notice, it's still two parts, but they're connected with a hyphen, not a space. The stress shifts to the front. Check in. The check-in process at the hotel was very quick. Here, check-in is a noun describing the process. The check-in desk is over there. Here, check-in is functioning like an adjective describing the desk. So the pattern here is different from back up and make up. Instead of becoming one solid word, it becomes hyphenated. English is wonderfully inconsistent, isn't it? Example 4. Get up versus get up. This one is fun. Get up and get up. The phrasal verb get up means to wake up and leave your bed, or simply to stand up. I get up at 7 a.m. every morning. Get up from the floor and sit on the chair. But get up as a noun, it means clothes, an outfit, what you're wearing. That's quite a get up you're wearing today. It could be a fancy outfit, a costume, or just your particular style of dress. My get-up today is very casual, just a t-shirt and jeans. So you get up in the morning, and then you put on your get up. Two completely different meanings from the same two words, just spaced differently and stressed differently. Example 5. Hang up versus hang up. Our last example, hang up and hang up. The phrasal verb hang up means to end a phone call or to suspend something on a hook or a wall. I got so angry that I hung up the phone. Can you hang up this picture frame for me? But hang up as a noun, this one is really interesting. A hang up is an irrational fear, dislike, or inhibition about something. It's a mental block, something that bothers you for no logical reason. Everyone has hang-ups. For example, I have a hang-up about the color red. You will never see me wearing a red shirt. Why? I don't know. I just really don't like it. It's my personal hang-up. Some people have a hang-up about public speaking. Others have a hang-up about eating in front of people. These are mental discomforts, things we avoid without always knowing why. So, hang up the phone, verb, but have a hang up about something, noun. Why this matters so much. Now, you might be thinking, okay, this is interesting, but does it really matter? Yes, especially if you're taking a test like IELTS. In the listening section, they specifically test whether you can hear the difference between check in and check in. The stress pattern tells you which one is being said. And when you're writing answers, spelling is crucial. Is it one word, two words, hyphenated? If you write back up when the answer is back up, you lose points. One tiny space can make the difference. So paying attention to these details isn't just about sounding natural. It can directly affect your test scores. How to master these words. So how do you learn which form is which? The answer is simple. Use your dictionary. Every good dictionary will show you both forms, the phrasal verb and the noun, with their stress patterns, spellings, and meanings clearly labeled. When you look up a word like makeup, you'll see it as a noun. When you look up make up, you'll see it as a phrasal verb. If you don't have a physical dictionary, use online ones. Merriam-Webster is excellent for American English. Cambridge and Oxford dictionaries are great for British English. They're free and incredibly detailed. The key is, don't guess. Look it up. Over time, you'll internalize the patterns and won't need to check anymore. Quick summary. Let's do a lightning-fast recap of all 5 pairs we learned today. Make up, verb, stress on up, equals invent, redo, reconcile, apply cosmetics. Make up, noun, stress on make, equals cosmetics, a redo, composition. Made up, adjective, hyphenated, equals invented, fake. Back up, verb, stress on up, equals support, copy data, reverse. Back up, noun, stress on back, equals a copy, reinforcements. Check in, verb, stress on in, register arrival, report. Check in, noun, hyphenated, stress on check, equals the process, the desk. Get up, verb, stress on up, equals wake up, stand up. Get up, noun, stress on get, equals outfit, clothes. Hang up, verb, stress on hang, equals end call, suspend. Hang up, noun, hyphenated, stress on hang, equals irrational dislike, mental block. The golden rule. Phrasal verb equals 2 words, stress on second word. Noun or adjective equals 1 word or hyphenated, stress on first word. Memory trick. Here's a simple memory trick. Think of it like a compass. When you're using the verb form, the energy is moving upward. The stress goes up, just like the second word in the phrasal verb. Make up, back up, hang up. When you're using the noun form, the energy is grounded and forward. The stress stays on the first word. Make up, back up, hang up. Up for verbs, forward for nouns. Simple as that. All right, now you know the secret transformation of phrasal verbs into nouns and adjectives. You know that stress changes, you know that spelling changes, and you know that these tiny differences can completely change the meaning of a word. Now, here's a challenge for you. In the comments below, tell me, what is the difference between break up and break up? Think about it. One is the phrasal verb and one is the noun. How would you use each one in a sentence? Write your answer in the comments. I'll be reading them and I might feature some of my favorites. If this video helped you understand these tricky words better though, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Woo Me Talk if you haven't already. Your support means everything and helps me keep making lessons for you. I'm Wasifa and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!